Hey you guys, and welcome back to Transport Fever, where we are abandoning kind of what we did last episode. I was looking at it, and one, I didn't like the way this was shaping up. The way the cars were working, the way that we were transporting steel around, just seemed super inefficient and almost like a waste of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start kind of demolishing some things and then reworking a lot of areas so that we can hopefully just use trains a little bit more. As you can see, we have all these vehicles, and it just doesn't make sense. It's too far of a route. I'm basically going a quarter or a third way across the whole map with road vehicles, and that just doesn't seem efficient. So what we're going to be doing is reworking some things here at the beginning. Best thing, of course, is to go ahead and find some of these. So you can see Hell's Own coal mine. We're just going to go ahead and I think, let's see if we can't sell these in bulk, because that would be ideal if I could. You know, I don't think I can. Kind of interesting if I can't. Let's maybe click down here. Okay, I can't. So what I'll do... okay, I can do it. Okay. So the Hail Zone coal mine, we'll go ahead to sell all of that. That's fine. Iron mine, we're gonna sell all of that. We're gonna sell the Hail Zone transfer. Where's this? Where is this at? I think that was what was transferring this the cargo from the port over to the train station, so we'll keep that. That is perfectly fine. We'll go ahead and just delete the coal mine and delete the iron mine. I think that's fine. And I think that's a good place to start. Now the slag transfer, we'll sell those. The steel mill transfer, we'll sell those as well and get rid of them. They started to make a profit. Like I was able to get it to work, but it just felt very inefficient. So let's just get rid of that. And that should function. So we're going to get a little bit of an influx in money. We were also going to go up here to the steel mill. As you can see, I've kind of extended the track through the town here, and that's okay. It has a lot of problems that I want to try and iron out here this episode. And we've continued it up all the way up to Heartland, which is another town that I want to try and start shipping people to and from. I'm thinking if we can get some good passenger lines and some more steady income, we can think about branching out into other portions here. But it just felt like this whole iron adventure was just not worth it. So let us come down here. You can see our constructor was outfitted to actually carry some iron from this depot. Not working either. So what we'll do is we're just gonna edit this line. Actually, let's just send it to depot. Yeah, we'll send it to depot. That way we can take off the iron wagons off from it, and then simply just shift construction components around. We are also, I think I had some boats moving some iron down here. We're going to get rid of that as well. And we're gonna look at to just refurbishing some of this main line. Get it a little bit upgraded and overall functioning in a much more efficient manner. So let us sell that whole train and then buy a new one. So the Person G3 is kind of the most cost-effective train that we have right now, which is kind of a shame, but whatever. It's kind of what you get stuck with. And then a whole bunch of these. 95 meters of construction materials is fine. All right. And then Sanders constructor line. is where it's gonna go. So it's gonna go to Sandhurst, just drop off construction materials and come back. In fact, if we take a look at this, you can see it's just a 2-stop kind of thing. Now I'm gonna have to release it out here and then turn it around just so it can sit in the station and wait for some construction materials that are hopefully going to be transferring from the dock across over to here and loading this whole thing up, and that'll be good, I think. Hopefully that'll work out well. You know, I just want to get these boats to be very efficient, carrying a whole bunch of construction materials down here, which we can then ship to pretty much every major town along this line, and that'll definitely help them grow. Kind of introduce some of the more population to boost the even the passenger trains here. So we'll just continue doing that. Now I want to do probably another bread shuttle or another bread train from here up to Sandhurst and get that working out and see how that functions. Now you'll also notice that we have kind of an interesting little route here, cutting through the town. Both of these kind of merge up together, but they kind of merge in a weird fashion. They don't really have a switch track to get, you know, the northern route and the southern route kind of figured out as they come back down this way. So that's something we're going to be looking at doing. We can ignore that factory and then we'll take them up there. We can also start maybe looking at getting people, construction components, and also bread up to Shrewsbury. So that would be an interesting route there. This turn is very sharp, so let's just change that. Don't like how sharp that was. We'll rebuild the dirt road and then come off, I think at a different spot. Let's try and maybe make this a little bit more central. So I think 80 miles an hour is about a good turn kind of angle here for this station. Usually it's actually easier to come off this. It's a lot of altitude they're gaining too. Yeah, you can see 50. That one's not even working. Here you can see that's too sharp of an angle or what have you. So maybe we can do a bridge here. I'm gonna snake it back around to this point. Well, we'll just have to kind of bring this back over this way. Try and square this up as much as possible to this road. Or, you know what? Instead of having to deal with the road at all, let's just delete the road. That's usually just the easiest thing to do. So we'll come off this straight section and go out wide. Something like that. Kind of merge this way. And then like that. So we'll split these two lanes and then curve it. Alright. So that's gonna go that way. Or close to it. Let's see. How wide of a bank do I need to get this to 80? About there. The outer one can always go quicker because it has a little bit more of a radius to it. Alright, so that is a problem. So shorten this up a bit. Give us a little bit more runway space. Get down in here. Let's see, 55. It's a sharp turn. It's a really, really sharp turn. You know what? That just might be how it turns out. I mean, from above, I just think it's a little bit of a better angle on the whole line there. Not really squared up to the station though, which is a little irksome. And so what I think I'll do is actually, let's just get rid of the station. No one's really coming up here yet. Let's add that back. Rotate it around a bit. Get 2 platform, make it a 240 kind of thing here. And then you can just angle the station, I think. Just angle the station. Be a little bit more straight on to those tracks. Yeah, something like that will do. Go ahead and delete some of these roadways. Don't know why that's still kind of angled, but that's fine. I'll just make this straight. And then we'll have a bit of an interesting roadway into the actual train station, and then we can just hook these up. There we go. That is much better of a curve. Still a little sharp in this moment. Let's see what the speed limit's like. 55. All right, 62. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and flatten this back out. Kind of get rid of the scarring that we've kind of incurred by moving things around a bit, which I'm perfectly fine doing. It's worth the money. Here, what I'll do is I'll just simply cross the road like that, and then force it to merge up like that. So we get a nice straight level crossing there. So the roadways aren't disconnected anymore. So that covers that route. Now I don't expect, like this is interesting. We need to kind of bring this back over this way as well, so we can go that way to the tracks. Hold on, let's make sure to select the track piece. $90, $120, $20. And that's not broken, that's good. And boom. So we have options leaving this station now. We can go multiple ways, which is always nice. Flatten this out. And I would add like some fancier, bridges, ways that these don't interfere with the main line and what have you. But so far, it's not a super busy intersection. It's just here and here and here. So I think we're fine to just let that bypass through. For now, this is kind of the end of the line moment here. So we will. Think of a way to get these to work together. Hold on. There we go. So they'll have to come in. They can kind of change direction rather easily here, which is good. We'll set these up. This is a one-way, and this is a one-way. So it'll always come in this way. It'll choose which platform it wants to go on, and then come out and always kind of leave out this way. That's fine. All right, need a little break here. So these can kind of do the right thing, and these can be one ways as well, as it's going to dictate which way traffic flows through here quite easily. And then for now, we'll go ahead and just get these. It's just right after the interchange. All right, let's snap back. So we'll hook this up. We'll get passengers, bread, and also construction components all the way up here. On the construction component end, we are going to have to talk about adding a freight station. And really just doubling this up would be probably ideal. Easiest way to do it. Get a freight station. We'll flip this around just so we can potentially get these a little bit bigger if needed once we get into some different components and as these routes become a little bit busier. Okay, so that's fine. I'm tempted because the freight line doesn't have a lot of room to work with here. Like, at all. It'll be interesting if we can just simply merge that up. Like that. As our temporary fix. And then we have a little bit of a straight section here. To hopefully be able to do this. Okay, there we go. There we go. Smooth this out. All right. So we have freight capabilities and passenger capabilities all the way up here to Heartland now. So we will have to expand the potential for bypassing through Sandhurst and stuff. We'll have a freight line coming through. We'll have our passenger line too. Main problem being that there's no good way to do this. I mean, the passenger can just stay on the right side pretty much the whole way up. And we'll designate one side to the, I guess you could call it the northbound, the other side to south. Which will be fine. Now you're gonna see that this might end up breaking a little bit of the current passenger line going through. So that's why I have it on pause. As we decide how I want to do this. I have 2.6 million. I could basically redesign this whole loop. This was kind of a cost-saving loop. So I didn't have to destroy too much of the town and completely split it in half, which is a problem I want to really avoid. Oh, okay. Hit my wallet a little bit more than I wanted it to. Okay. That's fine, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and get a straight section here. Make it parallel. We'll do our crossing. Too much curvature. No, it's not. Thank you. Crossing on that end. This kind of already does it because it goes back into a single track and then it kind of reorganizes itself, so it's fine there. Alright, can't get rid of that. That curve that way if necessary. Now we need to somehow work with this curve a little bit. I think that's fine. If I had more money, I'd probably just make these parallel, flatten this all out, and do a lot of more, I guess, work to fix a lot of these issues, but I think this is just how it's gonna have to be. We can get a road to combine these two halves again, though. So that's good. That is good. So we can speed up time. Just to make sure we're making money. What seems to be the problem? Sanders Bread Shuttle doesn't quite know what to do. Through here. God, I really want to just make this perfectly straight. Something to do for the future, it seems. Okay, so we'll pause for a moment here. Sanders constructor line, so let's go to the lines here. Not connected to all stations. Add a station up here. Up. There we go. So the construction train can now take things from all the way up down here in Laurel Halesowen to Sandhurst to Heartland Exchange and get back. And it uses both sides of the track effectively. Single tracks here just as it hits the right side of the freight in this section. So that should work right there. So what's this? What is line 2? Line 2 is vehicles are on this. Or passenger line, huh? Okay, so line 2, what we'll do is make that come all the way up to the top. There you go. And then turn around and pass through. We'll also get it to stop back at Sandhurst again. No, wait. Let's see. So far it only stops in Sandhurst on the way down. So Sandhurst, Halesowen to Heartland, but we need... Let's get rid of these real quick. Alright, Heartland, Halesowen to Sandhurst to Heartland to Sandhurst. There we go. There we go. That's what we want for passenger there. Now the bread shuttle. Bread shuttle will go here and then up to the top as well. All right, let's test that out. Let's see what that does. I think that'll work out for us. So. Bread shuttle, you forgot your bread. Bruh. The bread's super important. Kinda need that. So that'll be effective. We also need to look at upgrading our passenger train. Maybe get 2 trains on here. Probably a good idea. We're a little strip on cash though, so I have to just wait on that for a few years. It's 1909. We have some money. Now I'm curious if eventually I'll have to get the another train for the bread shuttle, and I'm also curious to see if it'll unload half or all of it at Sandhurst. That is kind of the question. Because if it does, then there's really no point bringing it all the way up to Heartland. And these are the things you kind of have to teach yourself a little bit in these games. You can also see this passenger kind of station. It's not central to the town. You know, we're kind of stuck building on the edge because we don't have money. So what we can do is set up a little bus route. Right? Because we want to be able to hit a lot of these locations here. And really move people around town. So let's see, this is gonna be a new line going from that station to there, to there, to there. All right, and we'll call this let's see. Heartland Loop. All right, get a garage. I'm gonna just stick out here next to the train station by road vehicles. Now there's a new road vehicle, so I guess 2, 3. Set it to the Heartland Loop here. Look at that little yellow bus. It's a bit of a derp. It's a bit of a derp. That one. Let's speed up time. Let them kind of function for a little bit. Alright, it's made it around the bend. Next bus. Come on. Get some spacing. There you go. And made it around the bend. Next bus. There we go. And what I'll do is go ahead and upgrade some of our bus lines here. Like the Hail Zone loop. We'll go ahead and replace this little vehicle here with the actual yellow bus, which will be good. And same with the Sandhurst loop. We will replace them with the yellow bus and replace now. Yes, there they go. So they'll automatically upgrade, which will be great for us. Alright. Let's take out. That's looking fine. Now, does this freight touch some commercial? It does. It does. So we can ship bread out here. I don't know if we are yet, though. No, we really aren't. Okay, so that might be a drain. It's a bit of a drain. Apparently, you can only really ship freight to point A to point B, not much else. Same thing with construction components. Let's just be sure and let this train with this full load of construction components make a loop, and we'll see if it drops it all off at Sandhurst. I really hope it doesn't. But Sandhurst is probably in need of it all, so maybe you have to hit above the cap. Yeah, you can see our demand's 76 out of 240 right now. So once we cap that off, we can then start pushing some of this up to the Heartland. So probably another train or so is necessary for construction components. Maybe even a longer train, because this one can only carry 56. But boy, does that look good. Look at that. We're racing it. We're racing it. Okay, it's beating us. It's beating us. Abort, abort, abort. Alright, let's see. Are people coming here yet? No. No one really wants to come from that town anywhere else. And not many people want to head up from Sandhurst up to there either. Bit of an issue. Where's our bread shuttle? Yeah, we're gonna need another one of these. The bread shuttle used to be very, very profitable. Now, probably not so much. That's okay. It'll get sorted. Get a traffic light like this though. Let's see. Nope, you dropped off all his goods. So simple point A to point B transportation is probably going to be definitely way better. Oh, wait, we have 18 people. I wonder if they're just a remainder of 18 people that wanted to go down to Hell Zone from Sanders, and they had to take the ride all the way up. It's a beat up wagon. She'll do. Burning that coal. Coming around the bend. There's Sandhurst here. So it made 10K there, which really isn't that great. Running cost of 321. Ooh, that's a weird bump. Try to fix that. This is a full load of bread. It is. Now what would be good is, this train only makes money on half its route, which is really only a third, because of, you know, it goes up to Heartland, which is a little redundant, because it's not really gonna even use any of that, because it's gonna drop about 100% of this off here. Oh no, it kept 12. It kept 12, so you can do this. Okay, good. Good. So if we come up to Heartland, we're not really doing anything else up there, but hopefully, yeah, okay. That's fine. We just need to get another constructor train. We should be fine, I think. And maybe another bread train. Everything's producing kind of at max capacity right now. We do have a shortage of construction components being made, and that's probably due to the, well, whoa, that's a lot of new vehicles. That's probably due to not having all of these being shipped out efficiently. It takes it a while to actually do its route. And then the factory kind of kicks back on because of that, so we'll have to, yeah, let's go ahead and just add another one of these. So we're gonna buy a train. We're gonna buy a, I don't have enough money. So let's borrow a whole bunch of money. We'll buy another Prussian. We'll get a wagon here. All construction components, you know, 100 meters worth or so. And we'll set this up to Sandhurst constructor line, let it pull out. And then we'll turn it around roughly when the other one is pretty close to Sandhurst. That way they get some spacing. And turn around. Okay. So that's good. Let's go ahead and look at buying another bread train as well. So we'll buy a Prussian. We'll do wagons, and we'll get. This is a bit of a better wagon that we just got. An 8 compared to a 4. It's like double the price, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so bread. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah. All of our money there. In line. Why can't it see? There we go. Sandhurst bread shuttle. Just like that. Perfect. So that one will start heading off there. We should be good to go. Okay. Should be good to go there. Ooh, boy, this is it's a pretty slow train. I guess it was the turn, because now it's picking up speed. So waiting for that to clear that, and there we go. Now off. Let's see, it can carry 56. This other train can carry 64. So, you know, even though it's a little bit shorter, it's a little bit more efficient in terms of that. I don't know if it can get as quick as this one though, because the other ones are a little bit of a lighter wagon, I assume. Train 1 has reached lifetime and should be replaced. Wow, our first train hitting its full lifetime expectancy. All that is impressive. Okay, so you just dropped off some stuff. How are your finances? You're barely breaking even. You like didn't pick up anything. That's a little weird. Did I not turn it around? Did I forget to turn that train around? I got a feeling I did. Because there's plenty of construction components here. Comes that grain and animal for all of our bread. I don't know how animal. I guess it's meat pies. All through there. This train is now stopping and chilling. This line is becoming an issue. So to get these spaced back out, we'll just tell it to pick up as much as it can. That way they're not sitting here in a huge line. As long as they're picking up exactly how much they can, we'll be fine. We might have to get another boat, maybe two, to carry down stone from the quarry. That'll hopefully help that. Because right now, it's hitting its production limit. Construction components. So let's see, buy a ship. There's the Klondike, which can carry double of our current ships. It's 472,000. So let's just take the line 3 here, the quarry line. We'll replace these vehicles with these. There we go. And then replace now. Yes. I don't have 3.21 million to actually replace these guys. Let's see, borrow, and replace now. Yes. There we go. Now these little paddle boats will actually take stone from the quarry here. They'll do it much quicker. So these can carry 50. So it's going to do it roughly at the same speed along the river, but we're essentially upping their cargo by ×2, and hopefully they will then make a little bit more money because of that. Boop. Ooh, wow, look at that, fancy. That's a person who lived on the Ohio River. It's very nice to see a paddle boat. Good old stern wheel. Alright, so that's working. Wow, it's so much bigger than these. And it's a little bit faster, 21 compared to 18, 23 compared to about 20. So that's not bad. I could also think about upgrading some of these. However, if I were to upgrade these, we might as well sell a couple. I would say sell about 3, to be honest. That way, when we upgrade them, it'll be like doubling our fleet, but not quite, just because the amount, we just probably don't have enough construction components being shipped around right now. Okay, so we're carrying some extra bread up there. That's fine. Barely making a profit here. Just barely. How's our passenger line doing? That's my question. I guess pretty good. Part of me wonders if we should have a second train. Because it is such a long route. However, you begin to wonder, because you stop at Sandhurst twice, you know, when do you start kind of taking some of your people? Actually, it looks like we do have a second train. What am I talking about? Don't we? Oh no, I was getting that confused a little bit. And, you know, people will get on different platforms. So via Heartland 12, via Hail Zone 4. This one just has 32 people waiting or so. That's the good thing about the passenger line. It kind of makes a little bit of money on each stop. Our orange line, definitely still our most profitable. Kind of there getting our grain and animals. Definitely the best line that we get right now. And I'm almost tempted to say we could probably get away with getting a third train that just hauls animals off of that one as well. But that might be food for thought for another episode, because this one's already 50 minutes long and we're coming to an end. So if you guys enjoy Transport Fever, do leave a like. It really helps out. You guys can kind of vote for things that you want to see on the channel by doing so. Go ahead and leave a comment down below on any specific routes that you guys want us to do here in the future, and any exciting trains that we should use, as well as we're kind of coming to the end of using these initial basic steam trains. We'll slowly get quicker and more efficient trains down the line. It is year 1910 after all. With that, I'll see you guys in the next episode, and have a good one.